Hey there, and welcome to the Business Spotlight series where I get to talk to amazing women who are business owners. My name is StacyCo. I am your host and nosy meta ad strategist. And today I'm so excited because I have Jenny Cotten here with me. And she not only is a certified life coach, but she's also the founder of Mind Body Design Lab. So she gets to help and empower people to navigate life's challenges and opportunities with human design. I love it. So, welcome, Jenny.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. I'm so excited.
This is so great. So, let me just start off by saying you and I met about it's probably been a little I bet it's been exactly a year ago. It was
Hmm.
kind of right around that hell weekend, maybe. um, so we were in a mastermind together, and Jenny is I kind of admired her. I was amazed because here we are all kind of at the same spot in this mastermind, going through the steps. And I was like here, and she was like here. And I think halfway through, you changed niches. Like you completely pivoted and
That
started
did.
doing something not completely different, but different. And you still were up here. So seriously, and come to find out, you also work. Do you work full time?
Yeah. Last year I was a full-time teacher, elementary school teacher, slash interventionist, and my teacher friends will know what this is, MTSS, coordinator for my school. So helping students who need additional help, helping them get qualified for services like exceptional
Mm.
children services. So that was my day job. That was my world. And then at night and the weekend, I worked on building my business. And yeah, you're right. I had a business where it was called Flourish After 40. I still have it actually. Helping women in that midlife, right? And all the things that come with midlife. And
I
because that's
wouldn't
where
know
I
any of
am.
that.
That's where I am. So,
Mm.
navigating those challenges. And then I found human design, and it spoke to me in such a profound way and really changed my life personally. And so I was like, I have to help people with that. They have to know about human design and how it can impact your life. So, um, it's just an amazing thing.
Okay. So that's when you decided. So you were doing the Flourish After 40,
Yep.
and you learned about human design and loved it so much. It changed you and your personal life. And so you just decided, I love this so much. It's so
Mhm.
amazing. I'm going to help other people. And you just completely pivoted and started a new business.
Yeah.
And again, up here, passing everyone, and all of everything is beautiful that you do.
Oh, thank you.
And so about human design, for those of us who have no idea what you're talking about, can
Yeah.
you explain it to us like we're five?
Sure.
Okay, perfect.
So human design it's really a collaboration. It's a mixture of spirituality and science. And so the spirituality part is a part astrology, I Ching. Um, when you think about the chakra system, right? So that type of spirituality. And then you're going to mix that with quantum physics, right? That's the science part. And so what's fascinating about it is that it really marries all of these things beautifully to give you a complete picture of who you are as an individual when you were born. And so the astrology and the science of when your soul came into your body and made you uniquely you. And so your characteristics and your traits and the things that just make you you, right? Nobody else. You like things that maybe I don't like, and I like things that you don't like, but also we have gifts. Right. And so the universe or God, whichever one you want to choose, I use those interchangeably, gave us all gifts, special gifts that we need to share with the world. And we live in such a noisy, noisy world, especially now with technology, that
Mm.
it's very difficult for us to be quiet and be still and know ourselves, to really know what our gifts are to share with the world. And human design helps you to understand that, or I guess reconnect with that, right? Because we know what it is subconsciously, I feel like.
I adore this. Absolutely adore this. And as far as like the psychology, because it doesn't seem like maybe that like it's the nurture versus nature, but this seems like nature only, yes?
Yeah, well, so it is nature in the fact of who you are, but there's a part of it that is conditioning. And so in human design, the conditioning part is everything that society puts on us tells us to be a certain way. And especially if you live in America, in the United States, we're very blessed in many, many ways, but we are taught from a very young age to be action takers and to go after what we want and um, be a bit forceful, right? In the thing. So if you want this life, you need to go and get it. And there is some truth to that for sure. But based on your human design, there's a strategy for how you should get the things that you want in life. And so it's different, right? And I don't know if you want to dive into that, but
Dive
in human design,
away.
dive away. Okay. In human design, there are five types. They're energy types. And the first one is a manifester. Um, and then you have a manifesting generator, a projector, and then a reflector. Those are the five types. So a manifester is just what you would think of somebody who is an action taker. They're an initiator. Okay. Everybody can manifest things. So I want to dispel that rumor. Everybody can manifest, but a manifester is someone whose strategy is to initiate.
Okay.
Um, then let's go to a generator. Okay. I'm a generator. Generators are the worker bees. They're the people who are supposed to be out doing all of the great things. So our
Oh,
strategy,
boy, does that not just ring true from everything I just said about you?
right? So um, I'm very much, my strategy is to respond as a generator. So I have learned, this is what's changed my life so much because I was conditioned to be a manifester and go and take action and try to make things happen. So for instance, when I was a teacher, and I adored the children, and I love teaching, but it just wasn't the right setting for me. I wanted to do something different. And so, like many teachers, I kept applying for jobs and I wouldn't get an interview, or I would get an interview and then I wouldn't get the job. And I mean, this went on for 8 years. It was so frustrating. Yeah, 8 years. I applied for jobs off and on. And I was just like, what in the world am I doing wrong? I couldn't figure it out. And so I tried to listen to all these people and do all these different things and LinkedIn and make connections. And I did, update my resume 10 times and all the things. And it never worked out until I learned my human design and that I was a generator and that I should be responding to things, not trying to make things happen.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. Crazy. So,
So give me an example of what that looked like.
okay. So, like I say, I was a teacher and I found human design and really studied it and started using this strategy in my everyday life, right? Respond to things. And there was a job listing. Like I said, I was looking for another job. And I saw it and I read it and I was like, oh, that's really exciting. So in human design, and I didn't tell the other types, but I'll go back to that. But there are what we call your authority or your decision making guide, and one of those is sacral authority, and that's my authority. So I very much am gut response to things. It's either a yes or a no. And when I read this job description, I was like, oh my gosh, wow, it's really exciting. It's right up my alley. Like I have all of the experience, all of the things. And I was like, okay, I'm going to apply for it and then I'm just going to let it go, right? I'm not going to obsess over it. And I ended up getting the job. I ended up getting the job. They called me like 2 weeks later and wanted to interview me and had a fantastic interview over Zoom. Boom, offered me the position and I got a new job.
Oh my
And I had been
God.
looking for 8 years.
So what would you have done before when you were a go out and get something?
So before, I was very much trying to just make things happen, and it wasn't necessarily what brought me joy or lit me up. I wasn't listening to my gut. It was more of like,
Okay.
what am I supposed to be doing? Oh, well, everybody's trying to get a job in ed tech, or everybody's trying to get a job in sales. Oh, that pays really good. I should probably look at a job. So it wasn't about what I wanted or what was aligned with me and felt good. It was about what I was supposed to be doing,
Oh my gosh.
which
I
that's that conditioning.
I have heard from so many business owners that use this in their business and say it has completely changed their businesses and their
Yeah.
lives. And okay, I obviously I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm in, yes. So tell me, okay, so manifester, generator,
generator. And then you have a combination of the two, which is called a manifesting generator. Now,
okay.
a manifesting generator is a generator first and foremost. Okay. So their strategy is to respond, but like a manifester, they should also inform people of what they're going to do.
Oh.
Yeah, so manifestors tend to be the multitaskers. They like to keep a lot of projects going at one time. They'll start something and then they're like, "Oh, this over here, this looks more exciting. I'm going to jump over here and do this." Um,
I don't know what I am, but I'm thinking I do.
and so then there's a projector. Projectors, their strategy is to wait for an invitation.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. So projectors, they are the guides in our world. They are here to give us great wisdom and to guide us. However, sometimes their guidance, people are not ready for that. And so projectors tend to want to share their guidance with everyone because they're just so helpful, but it's not always received well. So their strategy is to wait for an invitation so that they know that the person is ready, right? It's the right time to share their guidance and it will be welcomed and appreciated.
So fascinating. And then is there one more?
There is. So then there's a reflector. That is
Oh,
a very rare type. There's only 1% of the population that are reflectors. So it's very, very rare. So reflectors are the mirrors of our society. They reflect the health and our well-being. And so their strategy is to wait because as a reflector, they really need to wait 28 days so that they can take in all the energy from around them and know that it's theirs, and not someone else's energy that they're reflecting back, if that makes sense.
oh my gosh. This is just okay. All right. So I have
See,
one, I guess, question slash comment
yeah.
about the not reflector, because that's the most rare, right?
Yeah.
The what
Yeah.
was the one before that?
Projectors.
Projectors. You were saying that they're the guides, right?
Yeah.
They have the wisdom and but it's not always received well. So
Yes.
for people that are um okay, anyway, I'll join your 40 over. Yeah. So for people that are that type and they don't know it,
Hmm.
they might come across as what?
Pushy.
Know-it-all-y or yeah.
Know-it-all-y, pushy. Yes. And so that creates a lot of resistance and relationship issues in their life potentially, right? And even in the workplace, you think about if there is a projector who is sharing their guidance and maybe best practices of things that could be implemented in the workplace, but their boss and their coworkers don't are not ready to receive it, they could perceive that person as being a know-it-all, and that person, the projector, is not going to feel valued in that company. And so then they may look for other employment, right? Because they're like, oh, they don't appreciate me. They don't want to hear my ideas. And it's just not the right timing.
Oh my gosh. I just in this brief time that we've spent together, I can see how this could be life changing.
Mhm.
And so with all of our conditioning, right? Since we
Yeah.
were born, we had our, is it type? Is that what how you or is it
Yeah, yeah,
you
you're
call it
you're
type?
born, you have it's based on your birth date, the time of your birth, and your location. So it's set. It doesn't
Okay.
change.
So
Yeah.
based on our type, we go, just plugging along, doing our thing for years and years and years. And then we learn this,
Mhm.
and we've got all this conditioning. Is
Yeah.
it is it easy to all of a sudden remember, or is it a constant, like I really now have to practice a lot to remember how I'm supposed to tackle things?
I think it really depends on the person, right? And how much conditioning they've had. If someone had parents who were very strict and told them how they were supposed to act and or not act or those types of things, then obviously they're going to have potentially more conditioning and they may need to um, create a habit of thinking and responding in a different way. If someone had parents who were more free flowing and said, oh, you just be whoever you are, and that person had a lot more freedom, they may not have as much conditioning to undo, so to speak. But nevertheless, I do think that it is a habit you have to build. It's just like if you are trying to, work on your relationship with your spouse, right? And so you
Mhm.
have to maybe, you're going to consciously, you're going to listen more intently to them, right? To be respectful. That's something you have to work on. Listening is a skill. And if you've been
Yes.
married for like a long time, I've been married 26 years, listening is a skill.
You've been married 26 years. You were
Yeah.
5.
I have. So I can say that it definitely is something that you can work on as a generator to respond to things. It is about, yes, you respond to everything, but sometimes the response is not responding, if that makes sense.
The
So by
response is not responding.
is not responding. And so for a generator, and a manifesting generator, which is 70% of the population, right?
Oh,
All
okay.
together make up. So that's most of the people. When you are responding to something, if you have a sacral authority, that gut response, it's either am I allowed to cuss? Is it okay?
Please.
Okay. It's either a hell yes or a hell no. It's nothing in between. And if you don't get a response, that means it's not time to respond.
Interesting. Oh, this is just so amazing. First of all, how adorable is it that hell is a cuss word to you? I love that so much. Okay, considering we met at Hell Weekend, right? Which made me cry. I was
Yeah,
crying at midnight on the last night.
it definitely earned its name.
Oh, man, it did. So, okay, this is so amazing. And I just know that everyone who's listening has got to be just on the edge of their chair as well. And we all want to know, how can we learn from you? Tell us all the things.
Yeah, so the first thing I would say is to go get your free human design chart. It's on my website. It's Mind Body Design Lab. Right on the front page, you just click the button that says free chart. You do need to know, your birth information. So you probably know your birthday. Everybody knows their birthday, and where you were born. But you may not know the time you were born. That seems to be kind of a common thing.
It's common.
It
I'm
is
sorry to
very
interrupt
common.
you because that's my issue. You and I've talked about that, and I kind of feel like a loser about it. So it's common.
No.
Okay.
It's common. I hear it quite a bit. So I have an article on the website that kind of walks you through what some of your choices are to research what your birth time is. It could be contacting the hospital where you were born or the county that you were born in, the city, depending on, what state you're in, how they do it. Asking relatives. Sometimes, that's a good way. Sometimes parents remember or grandparents. If you don't have any of those options, then there is another one where you can kind of play around with the time. So you can put in the date and the location, and then start in the morning and pull your chart and specifically look at the type. That's the easiest thing to learn first. We kind of went through what some of the types are. So look at the type and then see like, okay, well, yeah, that says that I'm a projector. That kind of resonates with me. I'm always giving people advice and it doesn't seem like it's received well and I don't feel appreciated or, those types of things. I need more rest than other people. That's another thing for projectors. They do need a lot more rest than other people. Um, or, and then you can go back and then move the time maybe to noon or 1 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that. And then see like, okay, oh, well, now it says it's a generator and so kind of play around with it.
Okay.
Oftentimes, it doesn't change that much over the course of one single day. It
Okay.
might be some of the more finer results that most beginners are not going to really dive into. So the big thing is to know what type you are. That's the first thing. Start with your type, and then you
Okay.
can learn from there the strategy and your authority.
I love it. Okay. So we go to your website.
Yeah.
You offer a free chart.
Yes.
So all
Yes.
we have to do is click on it. You give us the chart, and then what?
Then you have many options. So the next thing is when you get your chart down at the bottom, there will be an option where if you want a more detailed report that's going to actually explain everything to you, then you can choose one of those paid reports. They're typically like about $37. But I mean, some of them are 60 pages. They're very in depth. It's a great way for people who are not researchers, who don't want to go and learn all the things. They're just like, just tell me
Yeah.
what I am and what I need to do, right? So it's perfect for them. Um, then I have a free Facebook group, which is empowered by human design. So I offer a lot of, free stuff in there. I'm always, people ask questions and answer. So that's a great place to have access to me. And then I also have courses where you can learn about human design. So if you're somebody who, which we didn't even talk about the profiles, that's a different thing. But if you are somebody who likes to research and learn all the things or just want to know more, I have a course and membership. It's $11 a month, and you can dive in and learn all the things about human design. And we have a monthly Zoom call so you can ask questions and
Oh
just
my
really get to the
gosh.
bottom of it.
Okay. I will have all of this in the description, so don't worry. You don't need to remember. But oh my gosh, this is so exciting. I am so excited. I feel like we went a little bit long because
Oh,
no, this is me. I couldn't get enough. I would want to just keep talking and talking and talking about it.
I could talk about it for all night.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so how about this? Do you have any goodies coming up on Black Friday?
Oh my gosh, I do because not only do I love human design, but I love a good sale. So, and I really want people to get their hands on human design because I believe it will change their life like it changed mine.
Uh,
Okay.
okay.
So I have the $11 a month membership, but if they want to do a yearly membership, right? So they pay, it's not even 12 months. I have it, it's 10 months. Like you pay for 10, you get 12. But for Black
Oh,
Friday, you're also going to get a premium soul blueprint report that's going to give you all the information about your type, your profile, your center. We didn't even talk about that stuff, but it's all human design stuff that they're going to love. Um, Also, I'm going to offer a different paid report. It's going to be on sale every day during the week of Thanksgiving.
oh my goodness. Ah,
I know.
okay. This is
And then
so
I
great.
know, and then
Oh,
I have sales on other stuff too. So it's just all the goodies.
okay. Wow. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. This has just been, it's been, it's been life changing. I
Oh,
can't
good.
wait. I want to say I'm probably a manifesting generator just because that's the majority. But at the
Yeah.
same time, there's a few others that speak to me as well. Manifester, just because I'm like that shiny object person, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm excited to find out. I'll have
I,
to go
yeah,
ahead.
you have to tell me.
Well, you're gonna know
Yeah, I
because
want to
I'm gonna
know.
be all up in your business.
You should.
Okay, well, let's see. Usually I ask some rapid fire questions. I'm just going to ask one.
Okay.
Let's see, do you watch reality TV?
I used to, but I do not anymore.
Oh, is that because of your human design, or do you just don't have time, or
I decided that my time was better spent helping other people rather than watching people live their lives.
Oh, wow. All right. That's a great way to end. Thank you so much. I will have everything in the description. And what can I say? Thank you so much. This has been so wonderful.
Thank you so much, Stacy.